not sure what I want. I'm getting shrimp as an appetizer. It's one of our appetizers, so I don't want to have that for dinner too. So what I'm going to do is probably get a fish. Our person who is, I don't know what you call him, but he's helping us. He's going to the fish market. They have a fish market. He's going to bring us some fish. We're going to pick our own fish. I'm having fish. Justin's not having fish. Justin is in such a down mood today. He's very chill. I didn't. You just said that. I did. I was like, oh yeah, I'm really chill. And you said I feel really down, really chill.
Hey everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm just sitting at home, not doing much, nothing, so I figured I might as well go live. Since I don't go live very often, I might as well go live today. I'm just sitting at home. Sundays, usually I just sit back and watch the creators that upload on Sundays, and it's a lot of them. I really came on because I just want to see what type of audience I attract. Lately, I would say like within the past 30 days, my algorithm has changed so much that I rarely see the content creators that I usually am recommended to and who are usually recommended to me. It seems to be a totally different audience now, and I just wanted to know, is it just me? For those of you who don't know me, the name of my channel is Mama40sStories, and I am a mentor. I'm a community mentor, motivational speaker, and I am a mother to a city of extraordinary blessings. I I started my channel a few years ago, but I became active. I would say within the last year or two, I became active. I do mostly shorts. I don't really do long form content. I do mostly shorts, mainly shorts, because things just spontaneously, pop in my head. So, when they do, I just do a short. I have done some long form content, but they just don't do well. So, yeah, that discourages me somewhat from doing long term content. So, with that being said, the name of my channel is Mama40 Stories. My name is Kimberly, so most people call me Miss Kim. So, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are returning, hello, how are you? um, what's going on in you guys Sunday afternoon? I don't know. Yesterday it was beautiful. Today, on the other hand, it's really, really cold. I don't understand why, but it's really, really cold. Let me see. I'm really not good at lives, guys. So if you see me every now and then, looking down or across, it's because I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. And I'm always touching something and messing something up as well. I see we have 10 people in the chat. Hello to you, 10 people. I don't see you. I don't see I don't see anyone at all. I don't see all I see is that it says I have one like and 11 people in the chat. So I don't see where I could respond back, and I don't know really, you know, how to finagle around enough to mess it up. I don't want to mess up the live. So, um, but I do want to acknowledge that I do see 9, 10 people in the chat, and thank you for coming to see me do my live. Another thing I wanted to know, is it just me or has the algorithm changed? Because I've noticed that it has changed a lot. I can say 90% of the people that I usually tune into I don't see anymore. And I know that they're posting, but I don't see them. My whole algorithm has changed, and my content hasn't changed. My content hasn't changed. I usually post shorts, and they're just motivational shorts about being a blessing. Maybe I'm just in a blessing niche. I'm not a niche. I'm not in any type of niche at all. Hi, Varian. Varian, hi, Varian. I'm not in any type of niche. I post about things that inspire me. And daily, I post just to be a blessing to someone and hope that someone is a blessing to someone else. I've dealt with a few, tragedies in my life, and it just built my heart up more to, become a blessing and, just learn from the things that I've experienced, actually. Years ago, I went through a really huge trauma with my son, and he's where his wings now. So that's how I became Mama 40. The kids in my community just really embraced me, and I became that mother figure. And in turn, they helped me to get past my grief of losing my son. He was very young. They are all his friends. It's just a big community filled with love. And without me even realizing it, I never really had a chance to grieve. I never felt fell into like a grieving stage. I've always just been Mama Kim or Miss Kim. And that is up until today. And this has been, I'm going on year 25. So, and also, I am a heart patient. So I do post about the things that I go through with being a heart patient. And I also, give my advice about what I do to try and stay heart healthy. The procedures that I go through, I do share with with everyone, because everybody can gain with a little bit of advice on how to stay healthy. So I do share my heart health journey on here as well. Good afternoon, um Kayan. Kay, good afternoon, Kay. I do not want to butcher your name, so good afternoon. So I do share my heart health journey as much as I can. I know that a lot of people are afraid to go to the doctor, because I was once one of those people that was just afraid to go to the doctor, and I didn't have a lot of knowledge of how important it was to stay healthy. And, before I knew it, I had really, really high blood pressure, and I wasn't medicated. I had really high blood pressure. I wasn't medicated. I was overweight. I'm 5 feet one for reference. And at the time, I was almost 250 pounds. I was like 240. And I was not medicated, and I had high blood pressure, um, which also turned into diabetes. And diabetes is in the genes of my family. So that didn't cross my mind either. Oh, it's okay. Everybody in my family has that. So I didn't pay that any attention. And with the loss of losing my son, I just got the efforts, to be quite honest with you. I got the efforts, and being healthy wasn't a priority to me. It was not even a second thought until I had no other choice but to get myself together, because my body was failing. My heart was failing. So I'm not going to say it was a quick fix, but it was something that was life changing to me, and it saved my life. I had to have, well, I lived in a hospital. That was like a second home to me. But one evening, I was wheeled off to a unit that I was unfamiliar with, very unfamiliar with. And I didn't even pay any attention, because this is something that's regular for me. I'm always in the hospital. So I ended up in a unit that was see through. basically. Everything was, it was just so nice. It was just, oh, it was too nice. It was too nice. So I started to ask questions like, why is this so nice? Like, what did I do to deserve such special treatment? They said, oh, you have your own room, you have your own doctor, you have your own nurses. You don't have to get out of the bed for anything. We're right here for you. So I started to question that. I was like, how much is TV? They were like free. How much is the phone? At this time, you had to pay for your phone, your TV, everything. Everything was free for me. So I was like, why is everything free? So then I asked, when is my visiting hours? And they said 24 hours. And I was like, oh, ish. Kim, you really did it. I was like, oh my goodness, you really did it. Hello, everyone. You really did it. So um, I was told that I had 48 hours for my enzyme levels to change, or I would cease to exist, basically. So, I was like, please, just let me make it out of here. I will do whatever you need me to do. Just let me make it out of here. And that's when I got very, very serious about my health. So, although I didn't start this live to, talk about my heart health journey, this is what it's turning out to be. We'll just take this one thing at a time. Um, yeah, so I got really, really serious about my health. I had to do one thing at a time, and the most important thing was for me to make it to the next day. So, with that being said, I did make it to the next day, and um, I was in the hospital for about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But I was told that if I had the gastric bypass surgery to relieve some of the weight. I had to relieve some of the weight because your heart does everything. I don't care if you do like this with your hands. If your heart is failing, you can't do this. If you have high blood pressure, you can't do this. So I started to understand my body and how it works. And I knew that, well, I knew that no heart, no me. But I also knows that when you have high blood pressure, your body has to work harder. Your heart has to work harder so that everything else functions properly. So I had to get my blood pressure under control if I intended to, live a healthy life. So I had gastric bypass surgery and I lost 100 pounds in 4 months. So I went from 240 pounds to, I think the lowest weight was 129. So I went from a size 18-20 ladies pants to a 0-1. And no, I'm not going to say it looked good because it looked, looking back on pictures and things like that, it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. But I was on the road to recovery, like to being healthy, with my body going through that much of a change in that little bit of time. Of course, my body went into shock, and I was back in the hospital. I was supposed to have open heart surgery, but I was never healthy enough to have the surgery. So now I'm maintaining my life, with medication. And, I had a great, great heart team. I had a great heart team, and I just had a great heart team. And to this day, I still have the heart team. Every time I have any type of procedure, I have it with the heart team. So, I was once told, you had the best seat in the house, and I really did because without them, I really don't know where I would be. I really don't know where I would be without the trauma unit. Oh, when I see commercials and when I see videos about, the trauma team, I was once one of those trauma patients, So I have so much gratitude and respect and humility for them because without that trauma team, a lot of us would not be here. So I have so much respect um, for the medical. team as a whole. I too was, in the medical profession when I was younger. I was a nursing assistant, and I did a lot of work or in all areas of nursing. So I have a great respect for the profession, and I knew a lot. I knew things that should have made me more aware of what was going on with me. But because I had been through a traumatic experience, I really didn't care. But hindsight is 2020. So looking back today, you know, I really should have taken the time to take care of me. But I can't go back. So today I'm on a fitness journey. I have lost 100 pounds and I've maintained it. I've maintained the 100-pound weight loss because I have no choice. I have no choice. Fluffy don't didn't like me. Being fluffy, it just didn't like me. So, I have to maintain a certain weight in order for me to stay healthy. So, um, I do take maintenance, medication to help me keep my weight leveled out. But with me having a gastric bypass, um, I'm not ever really hungry. And I had the gastric bypass surgery, oh, so many years ago. So many years ago now. It's been maybe 15 years, so I've maintained the 100-pound weight loss for about 15 years. And I also have a maintenance medication that I use. And this year, I have a very, very, very knowledgeable electrophysicist, and he has helped me to come off of a lot of my heart medications. At one point, I was taking 16 pills a day, 16 pills a day, plus four insulin shots, and asthma medicine. Oh, I was just a huge, huge mess. And today, I'm so blessed. And that's why I always say, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, and that you are a blessing. And just be blessed. Like, it doesn't take anything for you to smile. Like, it doesn't take anything for you to just say, be blessed. Like, everything is going to be okay because everything is truly going to be okay. Today, I am 100 and around 140 ish. I try to maintain, the 140 range because of, you can't just say, oh, I'm just going to be 129 pounds. And it doesn't, no, because you have to go with your shape, your body form. For me, for me, 129 pounds didn't look good on me. I was skin and bones, so it didn't look good on me. Um, 140 pounds, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable with that. A size 6 is wonderful for me. I teeter totter between a size 4 and a size 6, and I'm fine. You know, that way I could stand to gain 5 pounds and still be okay. But I don't push it to where my numbers run up, because when my numbers run up, that's when I become more ill, when my numbers run up. I know that a lot of people are on their weight loss journeys, and I too was there. I too was there on my weight loss journey, but I'm good. I do go to the gym because I would like to tone up. I'm a senior now. I will be 60 years old on my birthday, so I would like to tone, my body up and just stay healthy. That's it. I don't want to be an Olympian. I just would like to be healthy and toned and happy and blessed. And I want that for everybody. I'm always saying be blessed. So, yeah, that's mainly what my shorts are about, being blessed, being a blessing, grabbing a blessing by the hand, because, we all deserve some level of happiness in our life. So, now that I found my way to happy, I want to invite everybody else to do the same thing. So, if you get a chance to come past my channel, if you get a chance to, look at some of my shorts, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Just push the button, doop, because I push a lot of people buttons. I push a lot of people buttons. I'm inspired by a lot of people, and I push a lot of buttons because it's free. It's free to like a page and, leave me some comments if you wish. You could leave me some comments. You could leave me some suggestions. You could ask me questions. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. I am very approachable. I don't have that type of channel where people shy away from. I get a decent bit of traction. I'm trying to run my numbers up, a little bit at a time. Um, and, I appreciate, those that stop by. I appreciate those who have, taken the time to, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you all. You are a blessing. And I want you to continue to be blessed and continue to be a blessing. It's just so much of a reward in, being nice to somebody. My bad days, I can really remember. Honestly, I can really remember, my bad days. I really remember, the trauma that I went through. I really remember. Um, I really remember. It's just more healthy for me to just let it go. Let it go. Um, but I'm gonna end my live. I just came on to give you guys a little perspective about who I am, what I'm about, a little bit of the things that I've been through, and I hope that I have encouraged and enlightened, if even if it's just one. Until I come, you know, am able to come live again, I want everybody to be blessed, be a blessing, grab a blessing by the hand, and bring them along with you for the ride for the day. Smile, be kind, and always, always know that yesterday is the past. Today is what we're dealing with right now. And tomorrow, your future is going to be bright. Until I speak to you guys again, toodles, everybody.